Hi everybody, welcome back to MD Fly Fishing. What a day. Best day yet with this fly. In fact, it works so well, I've had to stop selling them. The orders have been absolutely mental. Met loads of people at the water. Had a great day with all the lads from the northeast. Big shout out to Oliver, Stacey and Steve-O. You're in this video, so what's it all about? Well, roll the intro. Little house by your own fishing lake. Oh yeah, right. No, that's a good one, that. Bloody hell. And that is a decent fish. Look at that. Yes. On the hang. As usual, I was the last to arrive at the water. Steve always comments on that, but hey, I booked in for the day. I've got all the time in the world. Started off in this corner, the rest of the place was full. I was just waiting for my opportunity to actually get into a good area. Didn't do very well in this area. The water itself was very cloudy, so it was a case of slowing the retrieve down. Fishing an intermediate 12-foot leader, so it was a case of a slow figure of 8, slow roly-poly and 12-inch strips. Fishing at different depths, as I say, on the intermediate. I actually fished the bottom lake as well. Fantastic, but we'll go on to that a little bit later. So the opportunity came up, I moved down towards the life buoy, and that's when I started catching. Today was one of my best days with these flies. I had 12 fish in total, lost about 6 or 8. I used the long version and the short version, and both worked absolutely brilliantly. Kept on an intermediate line, 12-foot leader. In this case, I was doing 12-inch strips. Now it's a sunray line, so the whole line sinks at the same depth across the whole line. You don't get a bow in it, so you can afford to let the line sink. Where I am here, it's about 20 odd foot deep. There was a few people fishing the indicator. Great results, and as I say, everybody to their own. I like a bit of rod action, slinging the fly out left and right. Probably in the summer I will fish buzzers, and the best way to fish them here is under the indicator. You'll have to bear with me on some of these video clips because the fish did not come in easily. This one is probably about 4.5, 5 pound. Put up a right scrap, and as I say, you don't need to break the bank when you're fishing. Someone was commenting, is that your rod? Yeah, little Sigma rod. That cost me 45 quid. The other one cost me 60. Came with a free reel. The reel is actually quite good quality. The only thing I won't skimp on is the lines. Most of them are Sunray, top of the range airflow. I was hoping to put one of my GoPros under the water in its case to catch a lot of the underwater activity. But as I say, the water was a bit like a weak tea and it would have made very good footage. The bottom lake, I decided to move on a little bit later, and it's brilliant. Steve-O, who was fishing next to me, we're having a giggle. With about 12 guys come down from the northeast, from Darlington and Newcastle. That's what you call a day out with your mates. But anyway, let's get this fish in. Let's move down to the bottom lake and see what comes up next. What flies am I using? My lovely little leeches, orange head, olive body. I just can't go wrong at this moment in time. They're working brilliantly for me. Let's get this fish landed. Bloody hell. And that is a decent fish. Look at that. And the fish is There's about probably 5 play for pennine. So that was a brilliant start to the day. So let's cut down to the bottom lake. A little bit of an intro. All I'll say, watch your back cast. Nice place to fish. Lovely water. Only thing is, you've got to watch your back cast. Telephone wire. If I can zoom in, you can see all the flies that have been caught in that telegraph wire at the back. All kinds. So there we are, bottom lake, quite high up off the water, but because it was quite coloured, fish couldn't see us. Steve-O's on the right, I'm on the left. Literally, this was our first cast. Steve's on an indicator, I'm on my olive leeches. Talk about synchronised fishing. Hey, got a dual hit, mate. Dual hit there. Only thing is, you've got your own steps as well. Don't be put off by fishing the bottom lake. We are quite high up here, but further off to the left, the water and the banking actually do meet at a reasonable level. But there's steps in place so you can pop down and net your fish. The only problem here, isn't it? Ready hell. I need to get this on the reel. Come on. There's a problem here. Is he coming? Ah, just a... Come on. Dirty out. Out. Nice little fish. I was getting quite confident with my back cast here, although you do have the probability of hooking onto that wire. But throughout the day, I didn't. As I say, Steve-O to my right, he was fishing an indicator at about 2 foot onto ecstasy worm. I know 90% of people fish the top lake, hoping to get that big fish. There's some big fish down here as well, but not all of them come to the net. Oh, you rat. Oh, you missing? No, took it and then it just ran. They're all barbless hooks anyway. No, decent enough. It's there. So back up to the top lake, same fly, same line, same leader, casting it out, bringing it back, slow figure of 8, slow roly-poly. A number of fish will follow this fly all the way to the bank. So when it comes to taking the fly out the water, don't just whip it out. This is a prime example. The fly was coming through the water, it was just on the surface, and then fish took it. Whilst trying to land this fish, one of the old regulars, Rick, who today I believe had in excess of 30, even Johnny H midweek had 25. They love the indicator. I forgot to ask him what he was using actually, but we had a little natter and we've got one thing in common. We've both got bad arms, and as Rick says, it's probably due to age. But anyway, let's listen to the conversation and let's land this fish. Hi Rick, you alright?
How you doing?
Not bad, I'm a lot better here than I was up there.
Yeah, I'm a bit quiet there now.
Yeah.
I'm alright, I've had 11 out.
I've had 3, but bloody good ones.
It's gone quiet now. I've had 2 at about £8–9 this morning.
I
kept one of them, they've had 3 like that.
Yeah, I've...
Deep, heavy ones.
But,
quiet, it's lovely there.
This...
Plenty here, isn't there?
Yeah. I just let this hang. I literally was about to take it out because I saw you walking. I thought, right, I'll just wait for him to come past.
What is it?
It's one of them the short version, olive orange heat.
Yeah.
Just on an intermediate.
Yeah. Not too deep.
It's probably about, well, this took roughly as I was just bringing it out at water.
Right.
Got a bad arm, so I can't fucking put too much.
Right,
I know. Let's get this one in. I know. Oh, look at that, straight inside at head. Oh. Look at that. Straight in the side of the... Right, come on then, let's go. So on the bottom lake again, Steve-O hooks into a really nice fish. In fact, his friend who was on the platform on the opposite side of the water to us, he was using a green egg under an indicator. And, you know, not all the big fish are in the top lake. He had, I believe it was about 8 or 9 pound, he might be able to correct me in the comments. But good fish by Steve-O, so I think it's worth an introduction to the video. 3.5, 4.
Right.
No, that's a good one, that. Yeah,
This one?
I'd say it's definitely top end of a 4.
Right, let us know what your name is on YouTube and all.
It's MD Fly Fishing UK.
MD for right, that's your phone, Johnny? I'll forget by the time.
You're alright, I'll send you a video of this, you'll be on it tonight. I'm actually kicking myself at the moment because in the years I have been to Pennine, as I said before, I've never fished the bottom lake. And I was probably fishing the most hazardous place, i.e. off that big brick wall. But sticking with the same fly, as I said, I didn't change it all afternoon. Why? If it isn't broken, don't fix it. That's why a lot of the guys fish the indicator. They're catching fish. Yeah! I know everybody tries to do it, unhook the fish whilst the fish is in the water, but again, can't be helped here. If you lean too far forward, you're actually going to join the fish, but doing our best, we try to keep as much as a fish in the water while still trying to gain access to the fly. Ready out, get in there. There he is. For a fishery, this is really good value for money. Today I paid £35, catch and release, top lake and bottom lake. Now, having watched some news and other channels, some fisheries down south are charging a 4-fish limit in excess of £100 and just slightly lower than £100, and that's not catch and release, or not on some waters. In one particular water, some really good fish, £20, 8 till 8. Keep your first 2 fish. Your first 2 fish might be £2, or you might get 2 8-pounders. And having spoken to one of the bailiffs some time ago, through one of my videos that I'd done, he had visitors coming from London, booking an Airbnb and fishing his water for the whole weekend. And I think there was 4 of them. And that worked out cheaper than going to one fishery and each of them paying for a, well, would it be a day? They might have caught the first couple of fish or what they were allocated in a very short period of time. And what do you do then? Go sit in the cafeteria or whatever they've got there. This place has got lots of facilities. You've got your toilets on site, good parking, go to the shed, get a cup of tea, get a pie, get a chocolate, get some flies, get some tippet. It's got everything. In fact, even locally, I believe they've got a fish shop and a sandwich shop. You could even get your feet massaged. Nah, I'm lying about that. They haven't got a fish shop here. Let's get this one landed. This is going to be my longest video ever. I think I'm trying to get it down to about 20 odd minutes because I don't want to bore you all. But anyway, I love it. It's me and my days out. That's all I'm bothered about. Having fun. In the side. There you go. Acrobatics. Come on. Hey, double hook up again, except I was slightly behind you. Except this one. Ready hell. Get it up. You only get them about, whoa, probably here. This is the only problem, isn't it? A great big bloody wall. Well, I could say, hey, that's a decent one, that. Oh, but mine's bigger than yours. Only by an ounce. Look at it. It must be all of about. It's just going mad. Ugh. Like a fucking gnome. Come on. Whoa, don't break me. This one doesn't want to come in. Bloody hell. There he goes. Right. Under. Bloody hell. Can't get the fucking. Get out of net then, you muppet. You friggin' wouldn't leave.
I'm sorting me.
Well, these leeches aren't going to last forever. I know usually they're a winter fly, or I'm led to believe they're a winter fly, but we're now coming up to the beginning of April, and there's nothing like catching on a good old buzzers. Washing line method if you can manage it, or under a bung, or on a single buzzer on the point. I've fished that loads of times, and the takes are vicious. It might be a case that I can only fish these leeches in the summer on a reel, on a sinking line, right on the bottom, or they might work, I don't know. I've only been fishing them for the last 3 months with great success. But as I say, certain types of fly for certain times of month, but if it's not broken, don't fix it. Today, the weather was warmer than expected. There was a gentleman across from me in the last hour. He was just fishing a simple dry fly and catching some great fish. I think Steve mentioned he'd had a 14 pounder as such. And a little shout out to Oliver. He was walking past me, was on the top lake, and hooked into a cracking fish. Not on video. Again, all my SD cards were full by then. This was in the last hour. And he went, nice fish. And then it went and got off. Poor Oliver was apologising. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have. Oh, don't worry about it, mate. I've lost loads of fish here. So finishing off on the bottom lake. Catch a few more fish, then I moved to the top lake because by late afternoon a lot of the people that had only booked in for the morning had gone. Few more spaces available except for the guys from Darlington and Newcastle. Again, long way to come. They do fish up in the northeast, but for affordable fishing and the chance of catching a fish at a lifetime, they got themselves into 2 vehicles, drove all the way down here. Good on them. Anyway, let's crack on with this one. So that's the end of the day for me. Had a great day. 12 fish, lost 6 or 8. Good company, good laugh with everyone that were there. I've just renewed my membership of the River Calder. The season opened up last Monday, so I'm going to have to get myself down there. But from me, thanks very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the near future. I did catch actually 3 fish in this location, but SD cards all ended up being full. Memo to me, take more SD cards. See you later, everybody.